First off, the Australian Labor Party have now officially adopted the phraseology of the Great Reset. You may recall I discussed that on last week's show, and I made special mention of their global mantra, which was authored by the World Economic Forum, Build Back Better. Well, it's been repeated by such luminaries as Greta Thunberg, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Bill Gates and Justin Trudeau. And now here's Labor's Tony Burke parroting the Great Reset agenda.
All the expenditure that the government unveiled in the budget, they still never provided anything that lets you see that Australia gets built back better.
So make no mistake, the global force for radical green socialism is at work here in Australia as well. Now remember, this comes after Labor passed a motion at their national conference to support the Republic Earth agenda. That's also known as global government. So if you value your freedom and you value your nation, this suggests you simply cannot trust the Labor Party. They've clearly embraced the Great Reset agenda that is now using the pandemic as an excuse to remake capitalism and establish a brave new world where you will own nothing and you will be happy. Have a look. And there was something else we broke on this program some months ago that is only now creeping into public attention. You may recall we revealed that in 2019, the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, known as the NIH in America, provided money to another outfit called the EcoHealth Alliance. Now, the EcoHealth Alliance partnered with scientists at the Wuhan Institute of Virology to work on gain-of-function research on, guess what? Bat coronaviruses. You're saying that an investigator into the Wuhan lab leak, or the start of the coronavirus, was someone who was instrumental in transferring research that was deemed too dangerous for the United States institutions into China so they could research it.
Correct, and ensuring that some US government funding of the tune of at least $3.7 million continued to go there to further this gain-of-function research.
As you heard just then, this was research that was deemed too dangerous to be conducted in the United States. But now, apparently it's a cause for concern in the US Senate.
The collaboration between the US and the Wuhan Virology Institute continues. Doctors Barrick and Shi worked together to insert bat virus spike protein into the backbone of the deadly SARS virus.
Dr. Barrett does not doing gain-of-function research, and if it is, it's according to the guidelines, and it is being conducted in North Carolina, not
You don't think inserting
in China.
a bat virus spike protein that he got from the Wuhan Institute into the SARS virus is gain-of-function?
That is
You would
not
be in the minority because at least 200 scientists have signed a statement from the Cambridge Working Group saying that it is gain-of-function.
It's simply extraordinary. The virus that enslaved the world began in Wuhan. It was funded in part by the US government and agencies, but we're told that somehow it's just a coincidence. Well, it's also a coincidence that in 2019, vaccine investor and advocate Bill Gates announced that his foundation had also donated $200 million to the NIH for their research. Just a coincidence. Now, why weren't we told this stuff all up front? What are they trying to hide? What is the likes of Dr. Fauci can continue to contradict himself? Because there's so much we aren't being told, like the response to the coronavirus has been more damaging than the virus itself. I mean, haven't we learned that lockdowns, that school closures and business shutdowns have caused far more damage than the virus? I mean, it's caused more damage than most people are even aware of. Depression, mental health problems, anxiety, they are just some of the consequences of the global government response to this virus. It's so bad that it's regarded as a shadow pandemic, and the US National Library of Medicine recently wrote, multiple lines of evidence indicate that the coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 pandemic has profound psychological and social effects. The psychological sequelae of the pandemic will probably persist for months and years to come. Now think about this for a moment. Just last month in Japan, more people died from suicide than died from COVID in all of 2020. Well, that must have been because they had lockdowns, you'd probably think. Well, no, that's not the case at all. This was despite the Japanese government only imposing a voluntary please stay at home request during the very height of the pandemic. Political and media alarmism is what has been destroying people's lives. It is robbing people of their futures because many have lost everything. A lifetime of work gone in the panic of a politician's pen. And here's something else you won't find in too much of the media either. Do you remember Sweden? The alarm and the outcry about how Sweden was refusing to lock down their country? Basically, we were told that they're going to collapse under the weight of the coronavirus dead. But total deaths for all of Sweden in 2020 were only around 5,800 more than in any normal year. And coincidentally, it's the same number of deaths in 80 to 90-year-olds that are caused by coronavirus. Let's get one thing straight. Coronavirus is dangerous, but it's dangerous to those who are obese. It is dangerous for those who are elderly or have immunocompromised functions. So tell me again why our schools and our businesses have been closed for months at the cost of hundreds of billions of dollars and massive mental health consequences. And incredibly, instead of blaming politicians for the outrage that this should have caused, the sheeple are actually thanking them for it.